Hey, good morning, guys. We were having a fun morning with some late news ads and also some problems
21 to 6.
getting on live on Instagram because yesterday was one of the longest disruptions to Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, in the history of the company. So if you were experiencing any trouble with Facebook or Instagram, you were not alone. Because Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp all have more than 1 billion users worldwide. So when Facebook goes out, it can be really serious, as is a creature that turns off the lights in Trace's room, apparently. So anyhow, we don't know what caused the outage. There were a lot of rumors. This is a denial of service hacking attack, but we don't really know yet. So we'll see what sort of information we get today. But here's another great reminder that if you can, you should visit smarternews.com, and you can actually save it to your cell phone by saving it to your home screen. And the site will operate as an app for you before we actually get an app built. So just so you know that you have a backup. I love it that you guys can view it on social media, but we always need a backup, and that's your backup until the whole internet goes down, and then I don't really know what to tell you about it. Then we're going to need another backup, but I'm not there yet. Yesterday was an exciting day. We spoke at South by Southwest to a really awesome crowd that was very interested in the future of Smarter News. I shared a lot of your comments on Smarter News, so thank you for that. You can see those published on the site as well. This is Moana accompanying us today. And I didn't use everybody's name, by the way, in some of the quotes that I used because I didn't get permission. So I just wanted to, I got permission from some of you and not all of you. So I didn't want to name you without your permission. But it was a great day. Really exciting news. And as I said in a photo on our Instagram post, we're redefining startup because, hey guys, what's in mommy's belly?
A baby.
A baby. Do you like the music timing came in well? Do we know if it's a boy or a girl?
No one knows.
No one knows.
I'm a girl.
No one knows. You think it's a girl?
Mommy, I noted that.
You know that. You noted that. That's right. So we don't know if it's a boy or a girl, so that's additional news. I've been wanting to tell you guys about that, but you know you're busy. I want to give you the news as well. So I'll try to weave in a little personal news, but I never want to take your time. So there was so much kind of news that swirled yesterday that what I did today is create sort of a meteor quick quote section. That's so funny, by the way. One of you said that if it's a girl, it has to be called Moana. I mean, Moana Babin? My husband thinks, what do you think the name should be, Leif? Bruce Lee Babin. I don't know if either are in the running. I'm going to be honest with you. We're taking suggestions, but yeah, I know. My son says if it's a boy, it should be.
What should the name be?
What should the name of the baby be?
Muzzleloader Babin.
Muzzleloader Babin. After the Alamo? What was it?
We're big fans of Davy Crockett. Davy Crockett had a muzzle loader.
Big fans of Davy Crockett, and Davy Crockett had a muzzleloader. So we call it Baby Muzzy. And Liberty, what do you want to name the baby?
I love Baby Muzzy.
Sally. So it's either muzzleloader, Sally, Bruce Lee, or Moana.
Or Muzzy.
And one of you says, why not Jocko? I know, there's only one Jocko in the world, though. Can there really be two? That's what I'll have to ask him that. Okay. All right, so here's a couple news items I just want to kind of put in front of you today. And what I would love is take a look at our quick quote section. There's so many different stories that we could dig a little deeper on, and I'm curious what you'd like a little bit more information about. Yes. That might be a good thing. The music box is stuck. Okay, let's talk with the immediate what's happening today. Big thing, 25 states being hit by what's called a bomb cyclone. Bomb cyclone is sort of it's a phrase. I don't know if I can say bombogenesis. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm not a weather forecaster. But basically, it's a weather system that has low pressure that drops really fast, and it creates these hurricane blizzard conditions. And this might be a historic storm because of the dropping low pressure that's causing all these problems. But 25 of 50 U.S. states is affected, you guys. So this is a really big deal. And it's causing all sorts of flight disruptions and power outages. And it's really dangerous. So just heads up on that. Some of you are probably already experiencing it. And you're like, Jenna, yeah, check, got that. But let us know how it's going wherever you are, because it looks like it's a really serious storm. Second thing today that's really capturing a lot of news is that Beto O'Rourke, the former Texas congressman, did announce that he's running for president. There was all sorts of rumors flying about this. Yesterday, Vanity Fair published an article, a cover story article with him. We linked to it on the site, so if you have some time today, I suggest you read it. It was a really interesting piece, but clearly choreographed. So that was published last night. He announced this today for president. And he's garnering a lot of attention because basically he was a virtual unknown nationally until he really started to challenge Texas Senator Ted Cruz. And because of his grassroots efforts, because of his ability to use social media to kind of garner this momentum, people are paying close attention to him because can he do the same on the national level? I can say in Austin, the Beto bumper stickers have not gone away. So people were hanging on here at least.
He went to 6.
What? Wait, Liberty's here. She's weighing in. I don't know if she supports Beto or not. But, you know, that it depends on the count.
I'm sorry, guys.
Some say that makes it like between 15 and 16 candidates, depending on how you count. Some aren't counting those that really don't have a chance, but we're looking at a field that's nearing 20. I think that you can accurately think that. So we'll see where it goes from here, and we'll see what the reaction of the Democrat Party are. There are some that say Beto O'Rourke is not liberal enough. And remember, in what we're seeing in these sort of beginnings of these elections, you're going to see liberals, Democrats really garnered. They're going to try to really go after their liberal base. Republicans are really going to go after their conservative base. Of course, we don't expect Republicans to run against President Trump, but anything can happen. Then as the general election starts, everyone moves back towards the center because everyone needs what? They need the independent voter, the undecided voter to help tilt in their favor. And one of the most well-known undecided voters, you know it, are women voters. So that's why everybody wants to talk to women. And during that time of the election, everyone starts talking about women like they're these exotic creatures that no one knows anything about. Because why? Because no one really talks to women until it's right before the election. I mean, one can argue. So anyways, that's happening politically. Also a big thing. Happening in Washington, D.C. today. That didn't sound good. Happening in Washington, D.C. today is a vote in the Senate. Looks like Republicans are going to join Democrats in the Senate and vote against the president's use of national emergency funds at the U.S. southern border. Politically, this is a big story because it shows a break between Republican lawmakers and the president. Does it impact the use of the funds? Probably not. The president will likely veto what this resolution is that Congress will put together, and the funds will continue to the U.S. southern border. So there you go. There's the long and the short of it. But it is an interesting political story. Let's talk about a couple other things happening today. Paul Manafort, the former campaign manager for President Trump, was sentenced yesterday. It looks like he'll spend about 7 years behind bars for all sorts of fraud charges. The special counsel investigation, these are part of the special counsel investigation that's continuing. And although we get some indication or reports that it's finishing up, I don't know, guys. I don't know if I believe that. Let's just wait. Let's not say it's going to finish up until it actually finishes up. Oh, and this is just one other story I thought I would put in front of you. It's a state story, but we talked about it a little bit on the website, and it's an interesting national trend that has bipartisan support, and that is the trend against the death penalty. Republicans and Democrats on the local level in states are really putting together some legislation to watch that is doing away with the death penalty in America, or at least there's a trend towards that. This week, just yesterday, Tuesday and Wednesday, California Governor Gavin Newsom said, I'm putting a moratorium on the death penalty. What's interesting about this, number one, California has the most inmates on death row of any state, in part because there's few executions. So people are on death row, but no one's executed legally. You know, whatever the legal challenges are, they go through, people are not executed. But in addition to that, what's interesting is that California voters have looked at this issue twice in the last 10 years. And both times, California voters said they wanted to keep the death penalty by a small margin, but enough that it didn't go through. And it looks like there's going to be another public vote statewide on it next year. But the governor's taking this step regardless. And I'm curious what you think about that and the trend. Again, Democrats talk about the death penalty. In general, Democrats are against the death penalty, just overall as a party, or Democrats voters. Republicans have turned more against it, not as much on humanitarian concerns, but because financially it's a major drain on state funds. Controversial and a major drain. So for different reasons, but they're supporting the same thing. Anyhow, take a look at the site today. Let me know what you'd like us to dig into a little bit more. I'm also continuing to watch what's happening with the Boeing 737 MAX, the plane model that has been grounded in light of this crash in Africa over the weekend. I was speaking to a pilot yesterday who sort of shrugged and said he didn't feel, just by the earliest information, that this was likely a plane-specific issue, but we don't know yet. You should know that. No one really knows what caused this crash. And sometimes issues become a public safety issue where there's just a concern from the public that needs to be addressed. So just know that this sort of grounding of the plane is not necessarily based in real information that the plane itself caused the crash. I just want you to know that. I'm a little bit of a nervous flyer, so one of the things I want to check out is how do you know what plane you're on before you actually get on it? Is there any way like you can sort of anticipate that? I don't know. If you know, let me know.
Yeah, it usually says on the tickets.
It usually says on the tickets, but is it the ticket as soon as, like, once you have the ticket, it's not like you can change your flight unless you pay a lot of money.
Aircraft out, but it usually says type of aircraft.
Okay. I just feel like that's late notice. I want to plan ahead of time. So you're saying you see it when you buy the ticket? You don't normally see it when you buy the ticket.
Maybe not only when you buy it, but once it's booked.
Yeah, my husband flies a lot, so I should ask him as like a resident travel expert. Okay, guys, we're going to run today. We're going to have some fun and hopefully spend a little time with the kids because yesterday was a big day where we were away from them.
I want to go to the museum.
You want to go to the museum, otherwise known as the museum. Okay. That sounds like fun. So we're going to do that. In the meantime, DM me or email me, info@smarternews.com. Let me know what stories you'd like us to check out for tomorrow. And have a great day, you guys. Thanks again for all the support and love.